Struggling to pass your DMV permit test on the first try? Congratulations, you have found the right channel. We are dedicated to providing you with everything you need to prepare confidently for your test. Today, we will go through 46 essential mock test questions for California, with the last 10 questions absolutely crucial for your success. So stick around until the end. Let's dive in and get started. Question 1. What does this orange diamond-shaped sign mean? Option A, do not enter. B, stop ahead. C, roadwork or maintenance is present. Answer is C. Roadwork or maintenance is present. Orange signs are used specifically for construction and maintenance zones. Drivers should be alert for workers and changing road conditions. Question 2. Who is allowed to accompany you during the actual behind-the-wheel drive test? Option A, a certified translator if English is not your primary language. B, your driving instructor or a licensed parent/guardian. C, only the examiner, with exceptions for training or service animals. Answer is C. Only the examiner, with exceptions for training or service animals. Only the DMV examiner is allowed to accompany you during the drive test. Exceptions are only made for examiner training, service animals, and certain law enforcement situations. Question 3. When making a right turn, how far in advance can you legally drive in a bike lane? Option A, within 200 feet from the turn. B, you are never allowed to drive in a bike lane. C, within 500 feet from the turn. Answer is A. Within 200 feet from the turn. When making a right turn, you are legally permitted to drive in a bike lane within 200 feet from the turn. Always remember to check for bicyclists in your blind spots before merging right. Question 4. What speed should you be driving when entering onto a highway? Option A, faster than the speed of traffic. B, slower than the speed of traffic. C, at or near the speed of traffic. Answer is C. At or near the speed of traffic. When merging into highway traffic, you must find and merge into a space that is large enough for your vehicle to safely join the lane. Do not stop on the on-ramp unless it is absolutely necessary. Question 5. Even if you have a green light, you should not start across an intersection if Option A, you are driving a slow-moving vehicle. B, there are pedestrians or vehicles blocking your pathway. C, there is a police vehicle stopped on the cross street. Answer is B. There are pedestrians or vehicles blocking your pathway. To properly check your blind spots before moving into the passing lane, you must physically look over your shoulder. Do not rely solely on your side or rear view mirrors. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel, and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your DMV permit test. Now let's get back to the video. Question 6. Where should the driver and all passengers place their hands during a law enforcement stop? Option A, in clear view before the officer makes contact with them. B, underneath their legs to keep them still. C, inside their pockets or purses to retrieve identification. Answer is A. In clear view before the officer makes contact with them. For the safety of everyone involved during a law enforcement stop, the driver and all passengers should place their hands in clear view before the officer makes contact with them. Question 7. How can a parent or guardian cancel their teen's driver's license? Option A, by calling the local police department or highway patrol. B, by physically destroying the driver's license card. C, by completing a request for cancellation or surrender of a driver license or ID card form. Answer is C. By completing a request for cancellation or surrender of a driver license or ID card form. A parent or guardian may cancel their teen's provisional license at any time by completing a request for cancellation or surrender of a driver license or ID card form. Question 8. What does a yellow arrow traffic signal indicate? Option A, you have the right of way to turn, but must yield to bicycles. B, the protected turning time is ending and the signal will change soon. C, the lane you are in is about to end, prepare to merge right. Answer is B. The protected turning time is ending and the signal will change soon. A yellow arrow traffic signal indicates that the protected turning time is ending and the signal will change soon. If you cannot stop safely or are already inside the intersection when it appears, you should cautiously complete your turn. Question 9. Your vehicle's horn must be in proper working condition and loud enough to be heard from a distance of at least. Option A, 300 feet. B, 100 feet. C, 200 feet. Answer is C. 200 feet. Your vehicle's horn must be designed for the vehicle, in proper working condition, and loud enough to be heard from a distance of at least 200 feet. Question 10. What does a don't walk or raised hand pedestrian signal indicate? Option A, you may not cross the street. B, you may cross the street safely. C, you must yield to vehicles before crossing. Answer is A. You may not cross the street. A don't walk or solid raised hand pedestrian signal indicates that you may not cross the street because cross traffic currently has the right of way. Question 11. What is the primary purpose of using your vehicle's horn? Option A, to express frustration at slow-moving traffic. B, to let other drivers know you are there or warn others of a hazard. C, to greet pedestrians and other drivers on the road. Answer is B. To let other drivers know you are there or warn others of a hazard. The primary purpose of your vehicle's horn is to communicate your presence to other drivers or to warn them of a hazard. You should use your horn to avoid collisions or to alert oncoming traffic on narrow mountain roads, but never use it to express frustration. Question 12. What is the meaning of a sign that features a red circle with a red line through it? Option A, you must come to a complete stop and wait for a green light. B, you are entering a construction zone and must reduce your speed. C, the picture inside the circle shows what you cannot do. Answer is C. The picture inside the circle shows what you cannot do. A regulatory sign featuring a red circle with a red line through it indicates a prohibited action. The picture or words inside the circle specifically show what you cannot do, such as making a U-turn or a right turn. Question 13. If you are driving in a lane marked with large broken lines, what should you be prepared to do? Option A. Be prepared to exit the freeway or for the lane to end. B. Increase your speed to pass vehicles on the right. C. Make a sharp left turn across the divided highway. Answer is A. Be prepared to exit the freeway or for the lane to end. If you are driving in a lane marked with large broken lines, be prepared to exit the freeway or for the lane to end. You should also look for a sign that tells you to exit or merge to avoid a last-minute lane change. Question 14. What following distance should you allow when driving behind a motorcyclist? Option A. Maintain at least a 5-second following distance. B. Allow a safe 3-second following distance. C. Keep the same 1-second distance as you would for a standard passenger car. Answer is B. Allow a safe 3-second following distance. You should allow a safe 3-second following distance when driving behind a motorcyclist. This space will help you avoid hitting them if they brake suddenly or fall. Question 15. Is it necessary to slow down before you make a lane change? Option A. Yes, but only when changing into the fast lane. B. Yes, you must always reduce your speed by 10 miles per hour. C. No, it is not necessary to slow down before a lane change. Answer is C. No, it is not necessary to slow down before a lane change. Before changing lanes, be sure there is enough space for your vehicle in the next lane. It is not necessary to slow down before a lane change, as maintaining your speed helps you merge smoothly with the flow of traffic. Question 16. What is the general rule for where bicyclists should ride on the roadway? Option A. Ride as near to the right curb or edge of the roadway as possible. B. On the left side of the lane closest to the center divider. C. In the center of the lane to ensure maximum visibility. Answer is A. Ride as near to the right curb or edge of the roadway as possible. The general rule for bicyclists is to ride as near to the right curb or edge of the roadway as possible. Question 17. What describes a separated bikeway, also known as a cycle track or protected bike lane? Option A. It uses bike route signs and shared road markings to designate a preferred route. B. It is physically separated from motor vehicle traffic and for exclusive use of bicyclists. C. It is established along streets adjacent to vehicle traffic without any physical barrier. Answer is B. It is physically separated from motor vehicle traffic and for exclusive use of bicyclists. A separated bikeway, also known as a cycle track or protected bike lane, is physically separated from motor vehicle traffic and is for the exclusive use of bicyclists. This physical separation may include flexible posts, grade separation, inflexible barriers, or on-street parking. Question 18. You do not need to stop for a school bus with flashing red lights if. Option A. The school bus is pulled over on the right shoulder of a 2-lane road. B. You are running late for work. C. The school bus is on the other side of a divided or multi-lane highway. Answer is C. The school bus is on the other side of a divided or multi-lane highway. If a school bus is flashing red lights, you do not need to stop if the bus is on the other side of a divided or multi-lane highway that features 2 or more lanes in each direction. Question 19. How is a standard bike lane typically marked near an intersection? Option A, by a single solid white line that turns into a dash line. B, by double solid yellow lines. C, by a solid red line. Answer is A, by a single solid white line that turns into a dash line. A standard bike lane is established along streets adjacent to vehicle traffic. It is typically marked by a single solid white line that turns into a dashed line near an intersection to indicate where vehicles may enter to turn. Question 20. What is the penalty for dumping or abandoning an animal on a highway? Option A, a mandatory suspension of your driving privilege. B, a fine of up to $1,000, 6 months in jail, or both. C, a fine of $500 and mandatory community service. Answer is B, a fine of up to $1,000, 6 months in jail, or both. You must not dump or abandon animals on a highway. This is a serious crime punishable by a fine of up to $1,000, 6 months in jail, or both. Question 21. When turning from a one-way street onto a two-way street at a T intersection, what maneuvers can you make from the center lane? Option A, you may only proceed straight. B, you may only turn left. C, you may turn either right or left. Answer is C, you may turn either right or left. When turning at a T intersection from a one-way street onto a two-way street, you are permitted to turn either right or left from the center lane. Be sure to yield to the traffic going straight through the intersection first. Question 22. How far ahead should you scan the road to give yourself time to react and avoid hazards? Option A, at least 10 seconds ahead. B, at least 5 seconds ahead. C, at least 15 seconds ahead. Answer is A, at least 10 seconds ahead. To give yourself time to react, avoid last-minute moves, and spot hazards, you should always keep your eyes moving and scan the road at least 10 seconds ahead of your vehicle. Question 23. If you need to cross several lanes after merging onto a highway, how should you proceed? Option A, use your emergency flashers to cross multiple lanes quickly. B, signal and cross them one at a time. C, accelerate rapidly and cross all necessary lanes at once. Answer is B, signal and cross them one at a time. When entering traffic from a full stop, you must signal your intentions and wait for a gap that leaves a large enough space for your vehicle to get up to the speed of the surrounding traffic. Question 24. An orange and red triangular sign on the back of a vehicle indicates. Option A, the vehicle has the right of way. B, the vehicle is slow moving. C, shoulder work is ahead. Answer is B, the vehicle is slow moving. This symbol is used on vehicles that travel at speeds of 25 miles per hour or less, such as tractors or construction equipment. Question 25. How can you dry your brakes if they get wet after driving through standing water? Option A, swerve slightly from side to side in your lane to create friction. B, drive at highway speed so the wind naturally dries the brake pads. C, lightly press the accelerator and brake pedals at the same time until they dry. Answer is C. Lightly press the accelerator and brake pedals at the same time until they dry. If your brakes get wet after driving through standing water, you can dry them by lightly pressing the accelerator and brake pedals at the same time. Only do this until the brakes are fully dry. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your DMV permit test. Now let's get back to the video. Question 26. What must you be sure of regarding your speed when exiting a highway? Option A. Make sure you are at a safe speed to exit. B. Ensure you accelerate to match the speed of vehicles on the off-ramp. C. Maintain the maximum highway speed limit until you are completely off the ramp. Answer is A. Make sure you are at a safe speed to exit. If you are turning left and an oncoming vehicle has its right turn signal on, do not assume they are turning before they reach you. You must wait for the vehicle to actually start its turn before beginning your left turn. Question 27. During a law enforcement traffic break, what action is strictly prohibited? Option A. Changing lanes behind the officer. B. Driving past the patrol vehicle. C. Turning on your emergency flashers. Answer is B. Driving past the patrol vehicle. During a law enforcement traffic break, it is strictly prohibited to drive past the patrol vehicle. You must not speed up until the officer turns off their emergency lights and traffic conditions allow you to resume normal speed. Question 28. It is very dangerous to pass on 1 and 2 lane roads if you. Option A. Have a broken yellow line on your side of the road. B. Are approaching an open intersection with clear visibility. C. Are approaching a hill or curve and cannot see if other traffic is approaching. Answer is C. Are approaching a hill or curve and cannot see if other traffic is approaching. Passing on the right is explicitly permitted when you are driving on a one-way street, as traffic in all lanes is moving in the same direction. Question 29. If your vehicle becomes disabled on the freeway, to which shoulder should you safely pull over? Option A. The right shoulder. B. The center median. C. The left shoulder. Answer is A. The right shoulder. If your vehicle stops working on the freeway, you should safely pull over to the right shoulder as soon as possible to get out of the flow of traffic. Question 30. What action must you take to check your blind spots before passing a vehicle? Option A. Stare constantly into your rearview mirror. B. Look over your shoulder. C. Glance quickly at your side mirrors. Answer is B. Look over your shoulder. To properly check your blind spots before moving into the passing lane on an open highway, you must physically look over your shoulder. You must also signal your intention to pass before driving into the passing lane. Question 31. If you must mount a cell phone in your vehicle, where are you permitted to place it? Option A. Hanging from the interior rearview mirror. B. In the center of the steering wheel for easy access. C. On the windshield, dashboard, or center console where it does not block your view. Answer is C. On the windshield, dashboard, or center console where it does not block your view. If you must mount a cell phone in your vehicle, it must be placed on the windshield, dashboard, or center console in a way that it does not block your view of the road. Question 32. What should you do with your turn signal when preparing to back up in a straight line? Option A. Activate it before pulling up to the curb and cancel it once completed. B. Only use it if there is approaching traffic. C. Leave it on the entire time you are backing up. Answer is A. Activate it before pulling up to the curb and cancel it once completed. When preparing to back up in a straight line, you must first observe traffic and check your blind spots. Then activate your turn signal before pulling up to the curb. Remember to cancel the turn signal once the maneuver is completed. Question 33. You are required to report a collision to DMV within 10 days if: Option A. You caused a collision resulting in more than $500 in property damage. B. The collision caused more than $1,000 in damage to property or anyone was injured or killed. C. The collision involved an uninsured driver, regardless of the damage amount. Answer is B. The collision caused more than $1,000 in damage to property or anyone was injured or killed. You must formally report a collision to the DMV within 10 days if the collision caused more than $1,000 in damage to property, or if anyone was injured or killed, even if the injuries were minor. Question 34. Why is it specifically important to set the parking brake and properly position your wheels when parking on a hill? Option A. Because it helps to engage your vehicle's anti-lock braking system, ABS. B. Because it prevents your vehicle from being towed. C. Because your vehicle could roll due to equipment failure. Answer is C. Because your vehicle could roll due to equipment failure. It is specifically important to set the parking brake and properly position your wheels when parking on a hill because your vehicle could roll due to equipment failure. Question 35. When is it legally permitted to pass a light rail vehicle or streetcar on the left side? Option A. When you are on a one-way street. B. When you are driving in a residential district. C. Only when the streetcar is moving faster than 15 miles per hour. Answer is A. When you are on a one-way street. You may legally overtake and pass a light rail vehicle or streetcar on the left side if you are driving on a one-way street. Question 36. For night riding, a bicycle must have a built-in rear red reflector, solid red light, or flashing red light visible from at least: Option A. 300 feet. B. 500 feet. C. 1,000 feet. Answer is B. 500 feet. When bicycling at night, your bicycle must have a built-in rear red reflector, solid red light, or flashing red light. This must be visible from a distance of at least 500 feet. Question 37. What is the speed limit for a blind intersection? Option A. 25 miles per hour. B. 10 miles per hour. C. 15 miles per hour. Answer is C. 15 miles per hour. Due to the lack of visibility and stop signs, the speed limit for a blind intersection is strictly 15 miles per hour. Question 38. How long do traffic convictions and collisions generally stay on your driver's record? Option A, for 36 months or longer, depending on the type of conviction. B, until you complete a state-approved traffic school program. C, for a maximum of 12 months. Answer is A, for 36 months or longer, depending on the type of conviction. Traffic convictions and collisions are not erased immediately. They stay on your driver's record for 36 months or longer, depending on the specific type of conviction. Question 39. When you encounter this white X-shaped sign, you: Option A, are approaching a railroad crossing and should prepare to stop. B, will always stop at the upcoming railroad crossing. C, should stop and wait for a signal before crossing the railroad tracks. Answer is A, are approaching a railroad crossing and should prepare to stop. This crossbuck sign marks a railroad crossing. You must look, listen, and be ready to stop if a train is approaching. Question 40. What is the most common cause of a locked wheel skid? Option A, accelerating too rapidly on a patch of black ice. B, braking too hard when you are going too fast. C, turning the steering wheel too sharply at a low speed. Answer is B, braking too hard when you are going too fast. A locked wheel skid is usually caused by braking too hard when you are going too fast. If this happens, your vehicle will skid no matter which way the steering wheel is turned. Question 41. What is the proper use of cruise control when driving in high winds? Option A, use cruise control to maintain a steady, predictable speed. B, only use cruise control if you are driving on a multi-lane highway. C, do not use cruise control so you maintain maximum control of the accelerator. Answer is C, do not use cruise control so you maintain maximum control of the accelerator. You should absolutely avoid using cruise control when driving in high winds. You must manually maintain maximum control of the accelerator so you can quickly adjust your speed if a strong gust occurs. Question 42. Is it safe and legal to leave a child or animal in a hot parked vehicle if a window is left slightly open? Option A, no, the temperature inside can still rise rapidly even if a window is left slightly open. B, yes, leaving a window slightly open provides enough cross-ventilation to prevent heat stroke. C, yes, as long as the vehicle is parked entirely in a shaded area. Answer is A. No, the temperature inside can still rise rapidly even if a window is left slightly open. The temperature inside a parked vehicle can rise rapidly when it is sitting in the sun, even if a window is left slightly open. You must never leave a child or animal in a hot vehicle. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel, and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your DMV permit test. Now let's get back to the video. Question 43. Why must you never start a gas-powered vehicle inside a garage with the door closed? Option A, because the vehicle's battery will be quickly drained. B, because it releases carbon monoxide, a deadly odorless gas. C, because the engine will quickly overheat without proper airflow. Answer is B, because it releases carbon monoxide, a deadly odorless gas. All gas-powered vehicles produce carbon monoxide, a deadly odorless gas. You must never start your vehicle inside a garage with the door closed to prevent the buildup of this toxic gas. Question 44. Who can refer a driver to the DMV for a re-examination due to a physical or mental condition? Option A. Any driver who witnesses erratic driving on the road. B. Only a licensed California medical professional. C. A physician, law enforcement, or family member. Answer is C. A physician, law enforcement, or family member. Drivers with a physical or mental condition can be formally referred to the DMV for a re-examination by a physician, law enforcement officer, or family member by submitting a completed request for driver re-examination form. Question 45. Drivers of any age who are unable to continue driving safely due to a physical or mental condition may be eligible to. Option A. Exchange their driver's license for a no-fee ID card. B. Keep their driver's license for identification purposes only. C. Receive a permanent handicap parking placard automatically. Answer is A. Exchange their driver's license for a no-fee ID card. Drivers of any age who are unable to continue driving safely due to a physical or mental condition may be eligible to completely exchange their driver's license for a no-fee ID card. Question 46. This yellow warning sign tells drivers there is a. Option A. Wildlife reserve ahead. B. Dip or low place in the road ahead. C. Zoo nearby. Answer is B. Dip or low place in the road ahead. A dip sign warns drivers of a sudden drop in the road surface. Drivers should slow down to avoid losing control or damaging their vehicle. For more practice and updates, click on the video you are watching on the screen. Keep building your confidence and get closer to passing your DMV permit test. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.